Welcome to Module 3 over Metaphysics. This module is 4 weeks long. Yes, that's right, 4 weeks. It's huge. No, it's a longer one than what we've done. This one has a lot of material, though. We're going to take in a lot of philosophy from Plato, Aristotle, Descartes, modern approaches, can computers think, things like that. So there's quite a bit to this module. There's also a group project and 2 discussion boards. Now, the first discussion board is about the movie Ghost. You watch a clip and you talk about it after having read a little bit about maybe the Descartes section. Will help you understand that a little bit better reading those parts of the book. So that's due on February 17th. The reason why that one's due early is because I don't want you doing everything in the last week. I want you to get a few things out of the way. And that's one that's kind of a good lesson on that. Then you have another discussion board on Can Computers Think? That's when it's due at the very end. But you also have a group project. The group project is due at week 3, but you then offer a critique, which is due at the end of week 4. So you got kind of 3 things going on, 2 discussion boards and a group project. Now you might be saying a group project. This is an online class. How in the world am I going to do that? Well, you will be assigned to a group. And the way I'll assign the groups is I might do it based upon, if you email me and say, hey, can I really work with this person? I already know them. No, yeah, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But the other way I'll assign groups is I will, the other way I'm going to assign groups is I will kind of just match you together with people perhaps of similar interests, similar locations, similar backgrounds if possible. Things like that. People I think might work well together. And then the idea is, do you have to get together? No, you don't have to get together. We live in a modern world. We're taking a class online. I think most of us have the ability to communicate without actually getting together. If you want to get together, that's great. I have no issue with that. However, I would suggest, following, safe protocols whenever you meet people you don't know. Public place, things like that, meet at the college, meet at one of the campuses. But as far as it goes, you don't have to meet. You can email each other. I'll give each other your email addresses. You can share phone numbers. You can text. You can use social media. You can pick up one of these things right here. It's a phone. I'm pretty sure most of you don't have one that's tethered, but I'm in an office. And so what happens is, you can contact me, have a discussion. And then what you would do is maybe one of you would write a draft, and then another one would say, well, I think maybe we need to add this. And another one says we need to add that. And you can kind of work together in a collaborative way. And that's kind of the point, is I want you to kind of think and see the weaknesses in the other one, find that, and that way when you get done and you can explain senses to somebody, you can do it well. The reason I have this kind of sense project is, as an example, part of the reason is to think, how do you explain something like being deaf to somebody who can't hear and never has heard? How would you relate that? Because that speaks to our very concept of how we understand reality. I don't know if I think I mentioned it maybe earlier, but I don't have a sense of smell. When I was 16, I had an accident and lost my sense of smell. And so I had a sense of smell before. I know what smell is. And as a matter of fact, I can tell things smell when they're very potent, or perhaps like chemical odors, things like that. I can sense them. But I don't have a sense of smell in the sense, like, I couldn't tell you perhaps the difference between, candy cooking or cookies cooking and, a roast in the oven. I can maybe come in the house, tell there's an odor that is pleasant, perhaps even, but that would be about it. I might even be able to tell you if an odor was particularly noxious. I might walk in and not be able to tell that. So my point being is that, how would you explain the sense of smell to me? That's what that project is about. Now, I know what smell is. I have a pretty good understanding, but my sense of smell, my understanding of it, is largely related to taste now, because I can still taste. But when I was 16, like I said, I had an accident, hit my head, and probably shook something loose, is what the doctor said. Probably broke the olfactory nerve, and it's healed somewhat, but not completely. Probably, and it never will. At this point. So the reality is that's what that project is. Just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of information about that. As always, you go through the lessons. There's quite a few in this one, and sort of take those in chunks. I would recommend, in the first 2 weeks getting through Descartes, because Descartes is key to that first discussion board, and then kind of get through to the Turing test and Chinese room for the Can Computers Think, because those are kind of important for that one.